Neon signs bled pink and blue across wet pavement. Maya ducked under the awning of Cloud 9 boba, shaking rain from her oversized vintage denim jacket. Her black cargo pants were soaked to the knees. Inside, every seat was taken. Groups of friends, study sessions, first dates. Her phone showed 12:47. 13 minutes left on her break before she had to be back at the bookstore. "Yo, you can take this spot." The voice came from the window counter. A guy sat alone, wearing a plain black hoodie and dark joggers, AirPods dangling around his neck. His hair was bleached platinum, grown out with dark roots showing. Silver rings on both hands. He gestured to the empty stool beside him. "For real?" Maya hesitated. "Dead serious. I'm about to leave anyway." She slid onto the stool, setting down her matcha latte and spam musubi. The guy didn't leave. Instead, he pulled out his phone, scrolling but not really looking at it. "Thanks for the seat," Maya said. "Kai." He glanced over. His eyes were dark brown, almost black under the neon lights. "Maya. That's a fire jacket, by the way. Vintage? Thrifted. $20 in Brooklyn." "No way. That's a steal." Outside, thunder cracked the sky open. The rain turned violent, hammering the windows. Maya checked her phone again. Still 12 minutes. "You work around here?" Kai asked. "Yeah, at Ink and Paper. The bookstore down the block." She took a sip of her drink. "You?" A pause. Brief but noticeable. "I do some tech stuff. Freelance." They talked about books, about the city, about how boba was objectively better than coffee. Kai had this way of listening that made Maya feel heard, not just waiting for his turn to speak. His laugh was genuine, not performative. When he smiled, a dimple appeared on his left cheek. Her phone alarm went off. Maya's stomach dropped. "No, no, no. I'm literally gonna be late." She grabbed her things, nearly knocking over her drink. "Wait," Kai said, standing. "Can I get your number? Maybe we could hang out for real sometime." Maya looked at him. Really looked. There was something guarded in his expression, something that felt familiar. Like he was waiting to be disappointed. "Yeah. Okay." She typed her number into his phone, their fingers brushing. For a second, neither of them moved. "I gotta run," Maya said. "Go. Don't get fired over boba." She pushed through the door into the rain. When she looked back through the window, Kai was still standing there, watching her go. 3 days later, Maya sat in the bookstore break room when her coworker Jordan tossed a magazine onto the table. Tech Weekly. The cover showed a guy in an expensive black turtleneck and designer glasses, standing in front of massive screens displaying code. "Isn't that your boba boy?" Maya froze. The platinum hair was styled differently. Professional. But the rings, the dimple when he smiled for the camera, it was him. The headline read, "Kai Chen, 24, sells startup TO tech giant for $180 million. He said he did freelance tech," Maya whispered. Jordan laughed. "Girl, he owns the whole game." That night, Maya stared at her phone. Kai had texted twice since their meeting. Casual stuff. Memes. A song recommendation. She hadn't responded to the last one. Now she knew why he'd paused when she asked about work. Why he'd dressed down. Why he'd been sitting alone. Her phone buzzed. "You saw it, didn't you?" Maya's hands shook as she typed back. "Freelance tech. Really?" 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. "Can we talk? In person?" Maya should have said no. Every logical part of her brain screamed to block his number and move on. Instead, she wrote. Cloud 9. Tomorrow. 8 p.m. I'll be there. And Maya? I'm sorry I didn't tell you the truth. She stared at the message until her screen went dark, her reflection staring back at her in the glass. What else was he hiding? Cloud 9 was quieter on Thursday nights. Lo-fi beats drifted through speakers. Maya arrived first, wearing her favorite black crop top and high-waisted jeans, her hair pulled back in a messy bun. She ordered a taro slush and sat at their window spot, watching the street. Kai walked in at 8:03. Same black hoodie, same joggers, but tonight he looked different. Tired. The confident energy from before was gone, replaced by something raw. He sat down without ordering anything. You came, he said. I almost didn't. I wouldn't have blamed you. Kai pulled his hood down. His platinum hair was messy, like he'd been running his hands through it. I messed up. You think? Maya's voice came out sharper than she intended. $180 million, Kai. That's not freelance. That's not tech stuff. That's a whole different universe. I know. So why lie? He looked at her, and for the first time, she saw fear in his eyes. Real, genuine fear. Because everyone I meet sees dollar signs before they see me, he said quietly. Investors, influencers, random people who suddenly want to be my friend. Everyone wants something. Access, connections, money, clout. Nobody just wants to talk about books and boba and whether matcha is better than coffee. Maya's chest tightened. So you tested me? Played some undercover billionaire game? No. Kai leaned forward. I was just being myself for once. No performance. No persona. Just Kai. And you treated me like I was just a person. Do you know how rare that is? The raw honesty in his voice made Maya pause. She studied him. The dark circles under his eyes. The way his hands trembled slightly on the table. Your turn, he said. Ask me anything. No more secrets. Maya took a breath. Why were you sitting alone that day? Because I'm always alone. His voice cracked. I have business partners, employees, people who want things from me. But friends? Real ones? I can't tell anymore who's real and who's playing me. That sounds lonely. It is. They sat in silence. Outside, the city moved around them. Taxis honked, people laughed, life continued. I came back, Maya admitted. To Cloud 9. The next 2 days after we met. Same time. Kai's head snapped up. What? I know, it's stupid. But I kept hoping you'd be there. I was there too, he said. All 3 days. I thought maybe you'd show up. The admission hung between them like a secret. Maya felt something shift in her chest. One real date, she said. No lies. No games. You tell me the truth about your life, I tell you mine. Relief washed over his face. Tomorrow night. I'll pick you up. I'm not trying to impress you, Kai. I work retail. I live in a studio apartment in Queens. My life isn't glamorous. Good. He smiled, and the dimple appeared. I don't want glamorous. I want real. Maya stood to leave. Kai caught her wrist gently. Thank you for giving me another chance. She pulled away, her skin burning where he'd touched her. Don't make me regret it. As she walked out into the humid night, her phone buzzed. Tomorrow 7 p.m. I'm picking you up in an Uber, not a limo. And Maya? Everything I told you at Cloud 9 that first day was true. The rest is just money. The person you met is who I actually am." Maya stared at the message. She wanted to believe him. But she'd been burned before by people who hid who they really were. Her phone buzzed again. "Also, there's something else I need to tell you. Something about why I built the company in the first place. But I need to say it in person." Her stomach dropped. What could be worse than lying about being worth millions? The restaurant was intimate. Exposed brick walls, string lights, small tables with candles. Not fancy, but intentional. Maya wore a sage green slip dress she'd been saving, vintage Doc Martens on her feet. Her heart wouldn't stop racing. Kai was already there, standing when she approached. He wore a simple white button-up, sleeves rolled to his elbows, black jeans, and Converse. His platinum hair was pushed back. "You look beautiful," he said. "You clean up okay yourself." They ordered pasta for her, steak for him. But the food sat untouched as they talked. "Tell me about your family," Maya said. Kai's expression darkened. "My mom raised me alone. We had nothing. She worked 3 jobs to keep us in a tiny apartment in Flushing. I built the company to take care of her." "That's why you sold it?" "Partly." He looked down. "She got sick 2 years ago. Cancer. The treatments were expensive, even with insurance. I needed liquid cash fast." Maya's chest tightened. "Kai, I'm so sorry." "She's okay now. In remission. Living in a house I bought her in California." He smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. "But that's not the part one needed to tell you." Here it comes, Maya thought. The other shoe dropping. "When I sold the company, there was a clause," Kai continued. "I had to stay on as CEO for 2 years. Minimum. It's in the contract. I can't walk away, can't step down, can't just be a normal person. So you're trapped. Basically. Board meetings, investor calls, public appearances. It's a performance. Every single day." He reached across the table, his hand stopping just short of hers. "That's why meeting you mattered. You're the only real thing I have." Maya's throat tightened. She'd built walls around herself for years. After her ex, after being used, after learning that people always wanted something. "My turn for honesty," she said. "I don't trust easily. My last relationship ended because he was using me to get close to my roommate. Before that, I dated someone who only wanted me around to make his ex jealous. I'm tired of being a means to an end. You think that's what this is?" Kai's voice was rough. "I don't know what this is." "Then let me show you." "Of course." The Ethan Cross. CEO. Forbes 30 under 30. The guy who built an empire before he hit 28. "Well, Ethan Cross," she says carefully, "I'm not here to be your therapist or your midnight entertainment. I'm here to work. I'm not asking you to be either." "Then what are you asking?" He hesitates. Vulnerable, just for a second. "To not pretend you don't see me." The honesty cracks something open in her chest. She looks away. "I needed money," she says quietly. "My mom's medical bills. Student loans. Life." She laughs bitterly. "Turns out an art history degree doesn't pay for much except regret. You gave up your dream." "I gave up being naive." Ethan watches her, something shifting in his expression. "I know what that feels like." Before she can respond, her phone rings. She glances at the screen. The hospital. Her stomach drops. "I have to take this." She steps into the hallway, heart pounding. "Hello?" The nurse's voice is calm but firm. Ms. Reyes, your mother's condition has worsened. We need to discuss immediate options. Maya's knees weaken. I'm on my way. She hangs up, gripping the wall for support. When she turns, Ethan's standing there. What happened? I need to go. Let me drive you. No. Maya. I said no. Her voice cracks. I don't need your pity or your money or whatever guilt trip you're on. I'm fine. You're shaking. She is. Damn it, she is. Ethan steps forward, his voice softer than she's ever heard it. Let me help you. And maybe it's the exhaustion. Maybe it's the fear. But Maya nods. Okay. The hospital hallway smells like disinfectant and despair. Maya sits in a plastic chair, head in her hands, still wearing her cleaning uniform. Ethan's beside her, suit jacket draped over her shoulders without asking. She's stable, the doctor had said. For now. For now. The words that haunt every conversation about her mother. You didn't have to stay, Maya says quietly. I know. So why did you? Ethan leans back, staring at the flickering ceiling light. My mom died when I was 19. Cancer. I was in my dorm when I got the call. He pauses. I didn't make it in time. Maya turns to him. Really looks at him. The carefully constructed walls. The armor of success. I'm sorry. Don't be. I'm just saying I get it. The waiting. The not knowing if tonight's the night. They sit in silence for a while. Not uncomfortable. Just real. Why'd you really look me up? Maya asks. Ethan exhales. Because you reminded me of someone I used to be. Before all this. He gestures vaguely at himself. Before I became the guy people are afraid of. You chose that. Did I? He looks at her. Or did I just survive the only way I knew how? Before she can answer, her phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. We know where you are. Time's running out. Maya's blood turns to ice. What is it? Ethan asks. She locks her phone. Nothing. Maya. I said it's nothing. But Ethan reaches over, gently taking the phone from her hand. He reads the message. His expression darkens. Who sent this? Maya stands abruptly. I need to go. Not until you tell me what's going on. It's not your business. You're making it my business. Why? She spins around, eyes blazing. Why do you even care? You don't know me. We're not friends. I'm just the girl who cleans your office. Ethan steps closer, voice low and fierce. You're not just anything to me. The words hang in the air between them. Heavy. Raw. Maya's breath catches. Don't. Don't what? Don't make this more than it is. What if I want to? She shakes her head, tears threatening. You can't save me, Ethan. Maybe I'm not trying to save you. He reaches for her hand. Maybe I'm trying to save myself. And then, against every logical thought screaming in her head, Maya lets him hold her hand. I owe someone money, she whispers. A lot of money. I borrowed it when my mom first got sick. Thought I could pay it back. But the interest kept growing and now they're threatening me. How much? 80,000. Ethan doesn't flinch. I'll pay it. No. Maya. I'm not your charity case. It's not charity. It's... What? What is it, Ethan? He pulls her closer, his forehead almost touching hers. It's me wanting you to be okay. That's all. Maya's walls crack. Just a little. Why? Because when I look at you, I don't see someone who needs saving. I see someone who's been fighting alone for too long. His voice breaks. And I know what that's like. Her phone buzzes again. This time it's a photo. Her mother's hospital room. Taken tonight. Maya's knees buckle. Ethan catches her. They're here, she breathes. Ethan makes a call. One call. Within 20 minutes, there are 2 security guards outside her mother's room and another in the lobby. Maya can't stop shaking. They're in a private waiting area now. Ethan paces while Maya sits, knees pulled to her chest. Tell me everything, he says. So she does. The loan shark her ex-boyfriend introduced her to. The money she borrowed in desperation. The threats that started 3 months ago. Your ex, Ethan says slowly. What's his name? Why does that matter? Because I need to know who I'm dealing with. Maya hesitates. Damian Torres. Ethan stops pacing. His face goes completely blank. What? Maya asks. I know him. What do you mean you know him? Ethan runs a hand through his hair, exhaling sharply. Damian Torres works for me. He's my head of acquisitions. The room tilts. That's impossible. I hired him 8 months ago. High performer. Ruthless closer. Ethan's jaw clenches. I had no idea. Maya stands, backing away. This is insane. You're telling me my ex, the guy who got me into this mess, works for you? Maya, I swear I didn't know. How convenient. You swoop in, play the hero, and now suddenly you're connected to the person who's been threatening me? It's not like that. Then what's it like, Ethan? Because from where I'm standing, this feels like a setup. His face hardens. You think I orchestrated this? That I somehow manipulated you into? I don't know what to think anymore. The door opens. A man walks in. Tall, sharp suit, slicked back hair. Smile that doesn't reach his eyes. Damian. Maya's heart stops. Well, Damian says smoothly. Isn't this cozy? Ethan steps in front of Maya. Get out. Relax, boss. I'm just here to collect what's mine. She doesn't owe you anything. Damian laughs. That's cute. You playing knight in shining armor now? He looks past Ethan to Maya. Baby, you didn't tell him the best part, did you? Maya's throat closes. What's he talking about? Ethan asks. Damian grins. She didn't just borrow money from me. She borrowed it to pay off her little gambling problem. All those nights she told you she was at the hospital? She was at underground poker games, losing thousands. That's a lie. Maya shouts. Is it? Damian pulls out his phone, shows Ethan photos. Maya at a card table. Maya collecting chips. Maya walking out of a casino. Ethan looks at her. Maya? Her eyes fill with tears. I can explain. Were you gambling? It was only a few times. I thought I could win enough to pay for treatment, but you lied to me. I didn't lie, I just didn't tell you. That's the same thing. Damian claps slowly. End scene. Beautiful, really. He turns to Ethan. I'll take my payment now. 80 grand plus interest. Call it an even 100. Ethan's voice is cold. You're fired. Can't fire me. I've got a contract. And if you try, I'll go to the board with some very interesting information about your offshore accounts. Ethan freezes. Damian smiles. Yeah. Thought that might get your attention. Maya feels everything crumbling. What's he talking about? Ethan doesn't answer. Your hero here, Damien says cheerfully, has been siphoning company funds for months. Moving money around. Real shady stuff. I've been documenting everything. Ethan? Maya's voice breaks. Ethan's face is stone. Get out, Damien. Now. Pay me first. I said get out. Security rushes in. Damien raises his hands in mock surrender. Tick-tock, boss. You've got 48 hours. Both of you. He looks at Maya one last time. Pleasure doing business with you, babe. He leaves. The silence is deafening. Maya stares at Ethan. Tell me he's lying. Ethan sinks into a chair, head in his hands. Ethan. I needed the money. For what? My sister. His voice cracks. She's in a facility. Long-term care. The company insurance wouldn't cover it. So I found ways to make it work. You committed fraud. I did what I had to do. Maya steps back. We're the same. You and me. Both liars. Both desperate. I was trying to protect you. By lying? By letting me think you were perfect? I never said I was perfect. You didn't have to. You walked into my life with your money and your power and made me feel like you could fix everything. Tears streamed down her face. But you're just as broken as I am. Ethan stands. Maybe I am. But I'm still here. I'm still fighting for you. I don't need you to fight for me. I need you to be honest with me. I'm being honest now. Maya shakes her head. It's too late. She walks toward the door. Maya, please. She stops but doesn't turn around. I love you, Ethan says quietly. Maya's hand grips the door handle. I don't believe you. And she leaves. 40 hours later, Maya stands in front of the building she used to clean. Dawn breaks over the skyline, painting everything gold and brutal. Her phone has 17 missed calls from Ethan. She's ignored them all. Inside, she takes the elevator to the top floor. The executive suite. Ethan's office. He's there, standing by the window like the first night they met. But this time he looks destroyed. Tie loose, hair messy, shadows carved deep under his eyes. You came, he says without turning around. I came to say goodbye. Now he turns. Don't. I'm leaving the city. Starting over. My mom's stable enough to transfer to a facility upstate. I got a job offer there. Teaching art at a community college. What about Damien? I sold everything I own. My car. My laptop. Called in every favor. Got 70,000. She swallows. I'm 30 short. Ethan reaches into his desk drawer. Pulls out a check. Hands it to her. $30,000. I can't accept this. It's not a gift. It's a loan. Pay me back when you can. Or don't. I don't care. Maya looks at the check, then at him. Why are you doing this? Because you were right. We're both broken. Both desperate. Both trying to survive. He steps closer. But maybe broken people deserve a chance too. The board found out, didn't they? About the money. Ethan nods. I'm stepping down. Effective Monday. Ethan. It's done. And honestly? He laughs bitterly. I'm relieved. I'm tired of pretending to be someone I'm not. Maya's eyes well up. What are you going to do? I don't know. Figure it out as I go. He looks at her. Maybe that's the point. Maybe we've both been so busy surviving that we forgot how to actually live. She takes a shaky breath. I gambled because I felt powerless. Like I had no control. And when I won, even just once, it felt like maybe I wasn't drowning anymore. I stole from my own company because I couldn't ask for help. Because admitting I was struggling felt like failure. His voice breaks. We're both so scared of being vulnerable that we destroyed ourselves instead. Maya steps forward. Places her hand on his chest. Feels his heartbeat. I did fall for you, she whispers. Even when I didn't want to. Even when it terrified me. Ethan covers her hand with his. Then stay. Not for me. For us. For the chance to figure out who we are without all the lies. I can't. Why not? Because I need to learn how to save myself first. Before I can be with anyone else. A tear slides down his cheek. Then I'll wait. Don't wait for me, Ethan. Find yourself. Be honest. Be free. And if our paths cross again? Maya smiles through her tears. Then maybe we'll both be ready. She kisses him. Soft. Final. A promise and a goodbye wrapped into one moment. When she pulls away, she places the check on his desk. I'll find another way, she says. Maya, please. This is me choosing myself. For the first time in my life. She walks to the door. Stops. Looks back one last time. Thank you. For seeing me. Ethan's voice is raw. Thank you for seeing me too. Maya leaves. This time she doesn't look back. 6 months later, she's teaching her first class when her phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. I found myself. Hope you did too. E. She smiles. Doesn't respond. Not yet. But she saves the number. Outside, the sun breaks through clouds, and for the first time in years, Maya feels light. Not fixed. Not perfect. But free. And somewhere across the city, Ethan stands in a small art gallery he just opened, looking at a painting that reminds him of someone who taught him that strength isn't about having all the answers. It's about being brave enough to ask the questions. They'll find their way back to each other. Or they won't. Either way, they're both finally whole. The end.